Hi Leo, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Leo, it's for you. Remember, they're general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves ya. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. Your key to the week this week is the Hermit card. So your inner high priestess has a message for you. The lady of, your intuitions, dreams, thoughts, feelings, and desires. And your inner realm is trying to speak to you. And the only way that she's really going to get this message across to you is if you take yourself out of the equation or quiet yourself enough to allow your intuition to speak. What this also suggests is in all of these different areas of your life this week, you will be going it alone in some way, shape or form. So for your actions and options, you've got the Hanged Man. Very interesting. This card has been very active across all of the decks that I use, to do the weeklies, which is basically at this point one deck for, I've got like 20 or maybe 30 decks at this point, and I rotate them, right? So for the one card or a set of cards to speak so loudly means that there's clearly something happening on the wider world stage, and it's really weird because there seems to be a lot going on with people's hormone systems. Anyway, you've got the Hanged Man here as your actions and options, which means this is a week to take it easy. Doesn't mean to take it lying down or to, completely take it down to doing nothing or to down tools or whatever. It means proceed with caution. There's a lot of reassessment and reevaluation that's taking place for a lot of you Leos over the course of this week. In terms of the options that are available to you, it looks like some of you are making some kind of move when it comes to work, when it comes to the profession, or even some kind of creative project, but you're being very cagey about the details. There's something here where it's like you're not sharing what you're doing or how things are shaping up just yet because you want to see it fully formed before you share it with anybody. Nothing wrong with that. What I find really interesting here as well is, although this card is Neptune, it is Pisces ruled effectively. This card, so this has a Pisces energy. This card, the Hermit, is ruled by Virgo. These two are direct opposites in the zodiac, which means your key to the week and your actions, it's not so much that there are odds with each other. It's more a case of the meeting point between the two has to become the spiritual focal point. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Five of Swords. So when it comes to arguments, disputes, challenges around communications, I would listen more than you speak this week, because the chances are you will learn what you need to in order to make some kind of adaptation or adjustment. Whereas if you just go in with all guns blazing, you're probably not going to get very far. That Five of Swords in terms of communications as well, don't compromise who you are just for the sake of winning an argument. For those of you that are studying and in some form of academia, you might be forced to work in a group situation this week and you're kind of like, you know what, I'd rather just approach this on my own. I don't want or need other people in this mess. And unfortunately, it looks like you might not have a choice. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this week I would be very wary of getting involved in any kind of argument or dispute that happens within the work sphere, especially one that doesn't concern you. This is not a week to, to do the he said, she said, to, put your 2 cents in while everybody's talking shit about what's taken place. Just don't get involved. Like, this is a week to really keep yourself to yourself, to keep it civil. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, same kind of energy. There's something here when it comes to mixing with other people, mixing with other business owners. This week, I actually think it would be better for you to focus on the stuff that you can do behind the scenes that don't require you to interact too much with other people. And the reason I say that is because remember I said you're putting a lot of time and effort into something that you're doing behind the scenes. That may actually be a better way to use and spend your time, and it might be a lot more effective than trying to force yourself to work with or connect with or collaborate with others at this time. Finally, when it comes to those of you that are retired, that Five of Swords, especially with the Hanged Man, this is potentially you being drawn into an argument that has nothing to do with you. And again, I will say, do your absolute best to stay out of it. You've got the Hermit card here for a reason. It kind of says, you know what, let everyone else do them and you do you. For your love and relations, you've got the Two of Cups. Beautiful, right? So when it comes to partnerships, relationships, for those of you that are married, partnered, or in long-term commitments, this is very, very nice, right? Now, look, you've got it with the Five of Swords, which does mean that there is a potential to argue with the partner or have some kind of a fallout. But if you can hold tight and hang back and really listen to what they're actually saying, you'll pinpoint why they're actually pissed off. It's not the reason that you think it is. For those of you that are single and looking, quite frankly, if you are connecting with someone this week, it's likely to be somebody that's older than you, or at least somebody that there's an age gap between you and this person. With the Hanged Man here, I'm going to say enjoy your time, but don't expect it to develop into anything else prior to, should I say after this. And the reason I say that is because you need to focus on you from here on in. All right, that's what that Hermit card is saying. And I don't think that this is just for this week. I think this is going to be an ongoing theme moving forward. And then finally, for your money and materials, you have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords, usually an Aquarius male, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But as a person, this is usually somebody that is already salt and pepper haired, somebody that is wise. If you are connecting with someone, maybe they are older for a select few of you. This could be somebody that you come into contact with. Maybe you have a tryst or whatever, and then you go your separate ways. I am going to say if that's the case, you will be seeing them again, but it won't be until a much later date. I am also going to say that there is potentially, for those of you that are seeing someone, maybe it's like a bit more casual, it could get a little bit heated and not in the enjoyable kind of way. Especially where sort of finances are involved, especially where it comes to like how much time you're spending together or not, as the case might be. And it seems to be like a bit of a spanner in the works. Now, when it comes to your money, your finances and your resources, the King of Swords is asking you to look over your paperwork, your contracts when it comes to the finances that you get from your job. Potentially as well, for some of you, you might need to look over the fine print of your banking agreement or contract. There's something here in that. For when it comes to your physical health and vitality, the King of Swords is your nervous system. So I would take really strong care of that this week. Do things that you find soothing, that are really going to help you. Interestingly enough, the Hanged Man is Neptune, the Two of Cups is water, Five of Swords is air, the King of Swords is air, and then you've got the Hermit, which is earth, right? So really what you have here is a really powerful mix of water and air. There's nothing here solid enough to ground it, and so for that reason, to make sense of it, you need to pull away from the world. When the Hermit shows up, the High Priestess, your intuition has a message for you. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, that King of Swords, again, there's something around contractual matters. There's potentially conversations. So if you've got a mortgage, maybe this is you talking to your mortgage advisor. If you're renting your home, maybe you're speaking to the housing association, or whatever they might be wherever you live in the world. But all in all, I would say cross your T's and dot your I's and make sure you check your paperwork. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.